the episodes, we really were trying to, the entire argument, and I think what makes the 1619 Project stand out just as a work of journalism, but also as a work of documentary, is it really is not about slavery. It's about today, and it's about how slavery shaped the society we live in today in ways that we don't know and don't understand. So in selecting the episodes, it really wasn't that hard. There's 18 episodes in the book, and we had to pick 6 for this. We tried to go, you called them pillars, and that's exactly right. We wanted to go after the pillars of American identity. Like, what is core to how we see ourselves as Americans, and how can we trouble what we think we know? How can we trouble those narratives? So of course you had to talk about democracy, right? That we didn't have democracy until Black people gave us democracy through their blood. You have to go over capitalism because we think we have the oldest, greatest democracy in the world, and we think capitalism is the freest economic system in the world. But what if you knew capitalism was actually built on the opposite of free labor? That it was built on enslaved labor, and how is that affecting not just Black people, but the everyday worker? Of course, music, but we tried to get at it in a way, in some ways music is the least surprising, but really our argument was not just that Black Americans have made great contribution to music, but that you can't hear American music without hearing Black music, and it doesn't matter what the genre is. Race, you can't understand any of this until you understand that when we kind of hear intellectually that race is a social construct, but we don't really know what that means. And while we think it's a construct, we also think it's real. So we had to, right? We had to help you understand, like, no, literally people sat down and created race as a political and economic way to order our society. So that was how we picked it. And then of course the final episode had to be reparations. It's the last essay in the book because we don't want to take you on this journey of the way that slavery has shaped the lives of Americans, but particularly Black Americans, and then without leading you to us what is the most logical conclusion, which is once you understand this history and the way it shapes our society today, then you understand a great debt is owed. And we could not pass up. I mean, I have to say, there's been a lot of proud moments working on this documentary and on this project, but amongst the proudest is that we got an hour on network television dedicated, really an hour and a half, on network television dedicated to making the case for reparations as a serious political issue that's never happened before.